Anyway, welcome to the channel. It's been some day. I've been working on this all day. I didn't even go to Edinburgh today. I wish I had. I didn't. Well, I do wish I had, but if I hadn't, I wouldn't have done this, would I? So, life's like that. So, it's done my head in. I've been at it all day. I said that. That's twice I've said that. Right, okay. It's getting to the point where I was actually starting to do my head in and I'm starting to hate it. That can happen when you're doing art. It's because you're sitting right in front of it. So if you just like walk past it on a wall or something, or you just see it somewhere, because I'm looking at it and I'm starting to, like you can actually start overworking it. So there's like problems started up there. So basically the situation is there's tape all the way around it. I don't know, I've never taped a canvas before. I've done it in pastels millions of times, I've never done it in canvas. The reason I'm showing you this off Facebook is because painting's in the studio. So I'll have to clean up and get back to it on Tuesday or maybe Monday morning. I'll probably, but I'll have it's pretty much finished, but I'm gonna have to take the tape off. So some of these, that bit, and that bit are out with the border. There's a border I've made on it. I don't know how this is going to work. I've never done this before. Normally with canvas, I paint right over. In the past, I've painted right over the edge. So it's going to be finished next week. So the Westerton arms is getting drawn in on Sharpie pens, and the 20 past 4 is getting drawn in as well. There'll be a little line round there, a 3D effect line, and the 20 past 4. It's quite simple, the same there. So really, it's nearly, I'd say it's nearly finished. Yeah, I mean there's some things went wrong up there. That looks a bit untidy. That I might have to sort some brushes out. I've just been using any old shite brushes that I found. But I do like it. So I was trying to get the darker effect above the hotel, and then I was going for some sort of turquoise look. And the mini, yeah, it could be better, but there comes a time you have to get, like, say it's finished, and that the problem is if you don't do that, you can land up. I actually do think it would be a great idea to give a set time for something. You know, it's like for this. What would this one be? Well, I don't know how long it's taken me. Overall, I mean, I've been doing it over the last... I can't remember, when did I start it? Was it 3 weeks ago? But I've spent all day today doing it. So I've been videoing it for the most part, apart from when the phone packed up. So that's like an hour each time. So it's today, that's about 4 hours today. 8 hours. 10 hours, probably. So, you know, it's like when people start talking about how much it costs and all this. This is a difficult, tricky thing, because I've told people what somebody's paid and all of that, and it's really personal. But I think it's a really weird part of the art world, and I think I'm more interested in establishing some kind of rapport or validation or getting known rather than being outright after as much money as I can possibly get. I don't think that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm just actually really chuffed that this guy takes an interest in what I'm doing, because if it wasn't for him I wouldn't have done this. That's the other way you look at it. So I don't know what, because he asked me how much and I said, and he gave me the money right away, but so that I'm very grateful for that, and that's a good thing. And so the next one, hopefully we'll get another one, but I'll move on to another project once this one's finished. So it's nearly finished. I think it'll look pretty striking once it's up on the wall. I'll put it up on the wall here, up there, or up there. That's for the 2-1's feet. Mickleover, Derbyshire. That's the pastels. See, pastels is so easy. These 2 pastels, I did that there and then in the conference room. These pastels are wonderful. Paint, that's acrylic paint, this. Oil paint's a nightmare. Who the fuck would do oil paint? It's great, you get a fantastic effect with oil paint. So that's the latest it's a learning curve. I'm still learning. Still learning. So I've videoed it all, pretty much, well not all of it, most of it's videoed, making it. So I'll like to put that all together. It's going to be quite a long, well, I'll get an idea how long it took to do and I'll put them all together. You know, the videos. It's going to be quite a big one, eh? Well, I think some of them have been put in the computer. Some of the videos, actually, when I started doing it, drawing it. Fucking hell, yeah. So, let me know what you think in the comments. I take any criticism serious, with good humour. The sort of thing I am learning. I'm not young. I think I've finally got to the point where I'm able to handle people and ignore them when it's needed. And not take things. Don't get affected by what people say. Deal with it like an adult, and it's taken me a long time to get there, and it's because of the YouTube, the comments. You're there's no excuse for being sensitive or touchy. You have to just take it. Don't let them absorb any energy from your head. And if you are not able to do that, you need to learn, and that applies to life. And it's taken me a long time to grow up. It really has. I believe I've grown up. I don't know. Maybe you might tell me I'm wrong. I haven't grown up, but I believe I've grown up, and it's taken me a long time to do it. And it's just life's it's tragic. It'd be better if I'd grown up a long time ago, and it might be better for my kids and grandchildren and all that sort of thing. But we'll leave it at that. Yes, and I do have grandchildren. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello, gang. Oh, it's nice and sunny today. For fuck's sake. Idiot, I've left the fucking door open. There's nothing been... It's me, I've left it open. What a fucking clown. I was in here and... what a moron. I was in here... Was it Saturday I was in here? Dumpling. Well, it's quite a quiet area here, so... This is where the DVDs, which got taken to Falkirk, were. Right. You fucking fanny. This lot's got to go to Glams. Yeah, okay. Right. Right, anyway, so welcome to... We're at the painting, that's what we're doing. Right. Going for the painting, so... let's see what it looks like. Sort of light, well, I don't really need the lights, but I'll put them on. So what we've got here, so plan, alright, we'll need to get the, can't download updates. Right, right. So we've just got to sit here and look at this. So what the potential problems are that you can overwork artworks. Stop swinging around. Sorry. You can overwork them. Especially pastels, but this is paint. So it gets to the point where your head sort of it's a bit like somebody saying, "Oh well, I'll give you £1 million or whatever," right? But no, I don't know if that's what it is. But so there comes a point when it's finished, right? So what I'm looking at right now is that point. Right, so there's things about this that I'm not totally 100% happy with, so, then I'll go and do another one. But each artwork is individual. So this is it. This is the best that I could come up with at this moment in time. So artworks have merit. So going for absolute perfection is not really... depends what sort of art you want, doesn't it? So you're getting a piece of me with this. You're getting a piece of me. This is me. And that's what art is about. It's about putting you into your art. In this case, it's canvas. And I think a lot of them don't. I see it a lot where people don't get that at all. It's not about perfection. It's not about everyone being perfect. Now, what I'm looking at right here is there's a problem with that red. So I might put, there's a bit of a problem there. I think we'll go over that again. So we're going to go over, so the main, what about the clock? I think we'll just leave it the way it is. That bit's not really very well resolved, is it? Right, so the mini, I'm not going to touch it. We'll leave it. I'm not going to, I think we'll leave the no entry sign thing and all its... I mean, the sort of brickwork and everything, that was really quick when I did that, and I think that's fine, just leave it the way it is. You don't really want to detract from the image, so you don't want to be looking at this going, oh wow, that hotel looks amazing, and you can't see the rest of it. The sky, I quite like the darkness up here. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that. The black, I shouldn't use black, and I sort of tried to morph it into turquoise, so it's like turquoise down there. I'll just leave that. This is supposed to be bushes. Should be, I had considered putting some light green on there to represent the leaves. I don't know. I don't know if I should do that or not. I don't think so. See that one? That's got more greenery in it. I was trying to have sort of like a defined difference between. It was more lineal rather. I was trying to make it more lineal, like straight lines. No, we're not going to do greenery there. That's dark green. That'll do. No, because I think it could detract from the image, because you keep that darkness in the background. Right, so we'll go over this again with yellow to make that look more gold. Right, so then the next plan is we need to take this tape off. So we're going to get some red, do that. Just touch that up a bit. Fucking hell. A wee bit more white around it. Okay. No, dinny. Oh, for fuck's sake, this bit's not really quite. That could be better. Well, don't detract from it. That's a tough one, isn't it? Tough one. No, I think we'll just leave it in all its glory. So, are you going to fix the red bit then? Yeah, there's a bit there as well. Are you going to leave the rest of it? Why? So you've got to ask yourself, why are you leaving it? Is it because you're lazy? Or is it because you just can't be arsed anymore? Is that why? So you're kind of leaving, like, the artist's... I'm going to do a book of artists' excuses. That's going to be brilliant. So we can get away with whatever we want. Like, if there's an airline pilot, I couldn't get away with it, especially if it crashes in the sea. Right, so, the tape. This is going to be the difficult bit. We've got to take the tape off. And then we're going to paint in the details. That bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, and that bit have to be painted in. See, that's where the tape is. So you're going to lose all that. I had considered... cutting the tape and leaving these bits on. I'm still weighing that up in my head. I'm scared that the knife that I use goes right through the canvas. Is why I don't want to do that. I'm still thinking about that. So I'd have to get like the knife and just go around there, right around there and right the way back up there. Alternatively, you just mix up the paint and paint it in. You could do that, can't you? So I think, so it's looking like we could actually take the tape off this. Really, because any other improvements you can make can be made. You don't want to do any more of this. You don't want to do any more of that and that and that and that. So why don't you just take the tape off? Is that what you're going to do? No, let's fix this red, right? And then we'll go and have our breakfast. Yeah, I think so. Now, this shouldn't take too long. We do that now anyway. Oh god, we're going to have to clean the water. The water's minging. Sorry. Hang on. I'm back. I'm back. Right, so this is quite a simple thing. It's not difficult. This is the easy option here. We're just touching up that red. So all we're doing is sorting out the red. It's not a problem. What brush are you going to use? We need. So, I mean, there's flaws with this thing, and I'm looking at them. You know, I can see them. I hear you, and I can see you. There is flaws, right? There is definitely flaws. Definitely. So. Is this really the best brush you could find for doing this? So the art world's a weird world, yeah, it's definitely a strange one. Doesn't really make sense. It does, I've always realised that it gives you room for manoeuvre, whereas in other professions you don't necessarily get room for manoeuvre. So what's on today? Well, so this is Glams week. So we're going up to Glams on Friday for a weekend up there. So it's going to be great, loads of cars, everything like that. It's going to be fantastic. So I've got to get the van sorted out for that in the motorhome. So we'll be going. So that what I really want to do, one of the reasons I want to finish this is that I've pieced together the videos, you know, of this process, and I want to get them all linked together. And I don't suppose that many people. There's not going to be a lot of people watch it, but you're going to see pretty much, well, not all of it, but the videos for the last week or so pieced together. So it'll be easier for me to get them straight off the phone rather than putting them in. So I haven't emptied my phones, these two, for about a week, well, more than a week, because I've got these images of these videos. I want to put them together so the buyer of this or anyone can go and look and watch it being made, you know. Which is part of it's a process that I suppose we can do now because technology allows it. We could always do it, but it's a lot easier now, isn't it? It's a lot easier for any old idiot like me to record. So the videos I'm doing critiquing Craig Houston, I quite enjoy doing them. I don't know if they're going to be that many people watch them, but I don't think so. Well, not so far anyway. I'm quite enjoying doing it. I think probably for a point of view, it's nice to get the correct point of view across, or at least a more reasonable one. Because these people think that they can just say any old stuff and get away with it. Lie about stuff to their audience, which is actually, it's kind of not good for their audience either, is it? I mean, the audience I know they sort of don't really care about these things, and it's maybe a low resolution audience, but it's not really helping them, is it? So the bogeyman's a doctor, a trans doctor, according to Craig. It's just not true. It's not right what he's doing. You know, so I enjoyed doing that. So I've been watching Uncle Jammer talks as well. I like him. I'm not saying I don't like Craig actually. You know, despite the fact that he's been quite mean and discriminatory against certain people. But I think he's not going to like me, is he? Because I've called him a fanny and everything. I mean, pals call each other fannies, but I'm not his pal. I've never met him. So I think there's maybe a Central Scotland thing there, where you call your pal. It's called banter, isn't it? It's your friends, so you can do that. So you can insult your friends, and it is great fun. Don't let anybody say you shouldn't do it. You should. It's funny, you know. But I suppose in some circumstances it's inappropriate. You know, so Callum used to say to me, "How come you do painting yet you can't paint your own house?" Well, the answer to that is get you to fucking do it, you clown. I'm putting quite thick paint on here. I like the idea of this really bright red. You know, if I was really into this, I'd actually use like a round thing to stop the paint going on. But I think I can manage just to steady my hand. I didn't touch any. I took some kind of asthma attack yesterday, so I didn't have any alcohol last night. I thought it'd make me feel worse. So I'm not exactly sure what caused it. A friend gave me this Chinese thing that had chili on it, and I took the whole lot, all the sauce, and he's blaming it on that, but I don't think it was that. I think it was a combination of everything, plus the tiredness. If you don't get any sleep, I have taken like turns when I've been car booting, when I've not been sleeping at night. You're in a car, so you know. But generally in the winter it's definitely worse. In the summer it's not so bad. If you don't sleep, you know, you're not sleeping properly, and it's part of the thing. You get people that sleep in cars, or they try to sleep, but the reality is they're not actually sleeping, are they? There's another thing I don't do. If MD doesn't really know me that well, I don't take phone calls. If MD's trying to... So that's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, I take phone calls just from one person. But my daughter phoned once. She doesn't phone me much. If she phoned, I would take a call for her, but she's my daughter, so... You know, I don't take phone calls, and the reason, if you want to do some kind of business with me or anything like that with me, you need to message me. So there's reasons for that. And I suppose it's just learning the hard way in life. I don't like being forced into positions because I haven't had time to think about things. And phone calls do that. You know, it might work for you, maybe phone calls work for you, but I prefer text messages or emails, and that way I can look and assess and try and work out what the person is actually wanting, or if there's any dangers there. So that, and the reason I'm saying that is somebody I know has been trying to phone me and I'm not answering it, and it is a strange thing. And you might say, well, because I could be losing out here, or it could be some... I think the reality is, if there's anything important, fucking message me and tell me, you know? And that's kind of what I do. I don't know what you do, but that's what I do. And I don't take phone calls unless it's from somebody I know. and I know their phone, and I know when they're phoning and stuff like that. So, I don't take phone calls, and it's just come from it's come from a point where it's about manipulation, I suppose. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not claiming that the person that's trying to phone me is trying to manipulate me. Which leads me on to mention the numpty neighbours. He would, well, I don't talk to him at all now. I will not talk to him. He's blown that. But what he does is he was doing, he would kind of like set out what he wanted. So it was always what he wanted. It was never shared. Oh, I don't know, it was very rarely shared. I think I was stretching it. Even when I was doing something for him, he made it seem like he was doing everything for me. It was a really weird psychology. But he would do things in such a hurry that he would get what he wanted and have it set out, and then that would work for him. So he would get what he wanted, and it was a technique he used. I don't know where he learned it. Maybe at the council or something, work for Stirling Council. Maybe that's what they teach them in management. You know, because obviously that's like a communist organisation, isn't it? So you're not going to get top people working for the council, are you? Because really it's a communist organisation. I already said that. So what he was doing was this isn't a phone call scenario. This is he would come up and say things, and then I would land up doing something I didn't want to do with him. You know, that's how he did it. And then I realised that every time, so it was like 5 times, for example, right? And I was losing materials, I was losing autonomy, he was actually stealing like my space, if you like. And it's just something that he does. And that's fine, but he doesn't do it with me anymore. And that's because he's blown it, and I won't talk to him. It's all got to be solicitors now. So that's kind of how it works. I want to be treated fairly, and I want to treat you fairly, and that wasn't happening. And it was like it's quite interesting how he did it actually. And then you'd be left going, oh wait a minute, I've agreed to something that I don't fucking want. When I've started thinking about it, oh, how's that going to work? No, I don't like that. And he goes right ahead and does it. He would just do what he wanted. Fucking brilliant. And maybe it's worked for other people, but it's a fucking shit way to do things. Make sure other people are happy with what you're doing. You know. So emotional intelligence, I don't think there's any there. So it was, I've got something for you. I'll help you to take my shit away from me. And then, can you tidy it up? Because I can't bear to look at my own shit in your garden. And I thought, what the fuck's wrong with you? You are really weird. And that was the last time. That was the last time. What a fanny. A complete fanny. A complete and utter fucking fanny. So there's people, there's another element to this. When you're talking to a man, you're not talking to the man. There's a woman behind the man. And that would have been more so in the past. Now, you know, you've got all sorts of things happening. Different social situations. That you wouldn't have had in the past. Say like, I was reading one today about this woman whose wife, you know, who had a wife. She was ill or something. Or did she die? I can't remember what it was. Yeah, she died. So she's got a wife. You wouldn't have got that in the 50s. Because women aren't allowed to marry other women. You know, so that's the sort of, it's a lesbian thing, isn't it, really? Or is it just some kind of social contract where they like living with other women? You know, is that what it is? So that's unusual. And that's really why Craig is out of touch. We're back to Craig again. Because doesn't seem to be commenting on any of these types of situations, women being married to women, men being married to other men, he seems to be sort of pretending that's fine and bashing a trans doctor. A judge as well, by the way. So, what were we talking about? I was talking about phone calls. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. You're going over the white now, aren't you? I was talking about phone calls and I don't answer them. And I've started rabbiting about all sorts of things. So then I brought it over as somebody who attacks me verbally. Attacks? I would say it is attacks, yeah. Because it's all for what he wants. Or, well, I was kind of articulating that there's somebody behind him that's pulling strings. And that's plain to see. You know, somebody's controlling. So he's getting a rough time. It's not my problem, is it? You know what I mean? I've got my life, you've got yours. You know, I didn't choose your life for you. You know, so that's how we... Right, so is that better then? I think we might go... yeah, so is that better? I would say it is. You can ruin things painting, you can just go and do something stupid. Like there's too much water on here, right? So that's something, that would be example of something stupid. I'm just trying to spread the painting a bit so we don't have little marks, and there is rough bits, and if I was really bothered I could sandpaper that. Right, what else we've got to do? Well, that's... So you went over the white a wee bit now, you fucking clown. Right, that's that, right, okay? So, I think this calls for a coffee. So what's the next thing? Right, let's go and have a coffee. We'll come back out and we'll take that tape off. What else did you want to do? Yeah, I was, oh yeah, you were gonna touch on this. Yeah, okay, we'll do that then now. Right, quickly. Don't do anything quickly! Fuck's sake! Quick! Do you know what quick means? Fuck ups. Quick means a fucking disaster. So, you know, you have to work out a way of living your life. And, you know, yeah, this brush is not ideal for this. It's not good. We're going to have to try and see what other brushes we've got in this place. There will be better ones floating around. Definitely, yeah, there's definitely better brushes around. See, that's not fucking good, is it? That's fucked. I think, well, one of the problems I have got is I'm not looking after them. When you leave them in like that, it fucks them up. They don't like it. You know, the brushes don't like getting left like that. So they go all droopy. They go all droopy and funny. So this brush, it's got like a double wick. It's become weirded out. It's become weirded out, man. Don't lean on the red. Don't lean on the fucking red. I think that's alright. Make it a bit more standoutish so it's more, you know, so this here we'll need to do. Right, so Why has this got yellow on it here? Does it really matter? Let's say, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get some white on this and we'll try and we'll tidy this bit up a bit. Then we'll go for breakfast. So it doesn't matter if the yellow's gotten in there. Okay? You don't want water dripping down. So you nearly did that, didn't you? Right. That's tidier, isn't it? Remember, this is going to get, some of this is going to get cut off anyway. It's the penis. It's not fucking penis. Right. You want to get, let's use this brush and get that white done better. So yeah, I mean, it's a way of conducting yourself. A lot of people don't develop, do they? They just stay the same. You move along from them, you know. You can sort of laugh at them from the distance, I suppose is what I'm doing. You know. I suppose it possibly isn't ideal talking about people on the internet. There was a thing on the news this morning about the police trying to stop people from filming accidents. I don't know if it's law or just sort of like guidance. And they're putting guidance out. I believe it's probably guidance. So that would be, in that scenario, for me, because I film a lot of things and I would film accidents, I would film everything, yeah. I would need to get more official. So that's where you would actually be a journalist. Or, I'm not saying you get away with everything if you were a journalist, but you'd have more right to actually be somewhere and do something if you were officially, well, I suppose if you're part of a union for a start, you were in that system. So I'm partly in it because I have an honours degree, film and media. So being totally, I think I was kind of getting at that with Craig with the trans judge, how she's a doctor and he doesn't, I don't think he's got any qualifications, like Craig doesn't. And I was detecting a slight bit of envy with him, because a lot of stuff he was saying about her was just kind of like that so what sort of moment, you know. It was like, yeah, what's your point, caller, you know. And so he was really labouring it and actually coming across as quite an arse, which probably does suit his fan base if they're all dumplings like him. This isn't looking really white. It's kind of because I need to get some fresh white. Well, I'm looking through it. The sun's shining at it, so it's not completely and utterly totally white, don't think. It seems to be a slight touch of blue, but I think it's just a reflection. I don't suppose that's really a big problem. The clock face probably isn't entirely white anyway. Although Dr. Paterson was. So that's supposed to be a joke. Dr. Paterson was just white. There's more. The other element of this that I forgot to mention last time when I was talking about the conceptual side of this artwork is the time. It's a clock. So the clock was put there so that, well, I'm not going to say this, the Protestants could get to work on time, because it's in a Protestant area, and at that, well, it would have been at that time, and I think things have sort of morphed themselves in a different setting now, in modern utopian Scotland. So the clock is quite significant, and it was a male. It's male. The clock is male, and the car is female. So we've got this silly woman. You can look at it any way you like, but we've got this daft woman that knocks the clock right over, and either she couldn't see where she was going, she didn't know she was on a pavement, I don't know exactly what, or maybe it was a decline in her mental state, could be an age thing. So there's a lot more to this than just being a painting of a mini and a clock, is really what I'm saying about this. So I think that's gotten a little bit dirty, so to speak, but it's not completely and totally white. I think that matters. Right. Okay. Let's have a look from up here. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going for the time-lapse videos stopped working. Maybe it's full. Right, going for breakfast.
If I now close.
Hello, gang. Right, so I've been having a look at this. Oh, they left the lights on. So I have to go out this afternoon, but I've sort of come to the conclusion that we need to. Oh, that's looking better. After the last video, I switched it off. I kind of try to get that circle, the clock, a bit more circular. It's still not quite right, is it? But then it is. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously looking at it at an angle anyway. We need to touch on that bit as well. I mean, a lot of these things could actually be done with the tape off, so because I'm going to have to. It's not like I'm going to be splattering paint all over the side. So kind of what I think I'm going to do now is take the tape off, and then the next move is to paint that, and that. So we're going to do that then. Do you think that's going to work? So I don't know if it's going to work. So what I'm hoping is the tape comes clean off and it leaves a brilliant white surface. Now I don't know if the tape's going to take some of the paint off the canvas, or is it going to pull lumps off the side, right? So I don't know if that's going to do that. So I think we're at a position now we can take the tape off. The other thing that I was thinking, I'm still thinking about it, was doing a gesture towards nature, which would be like a couple of green leaves there. And I thought, well, we could do that. We could do that with the tape off. So they could, so I'm kind of overdoing this a bit, but right. So that's what we're going to do. Is there anything I need to do to take this tape off? Do I need to? The other problem is this phone, I've been doing time lapse and it cut out this morning. So I'm not sure, maybe if it's because it needs emptying, it's full of data. It could be. Right, so it could be that that's a problem. So I think I need to. So I did delete some videos off that one, some of the duplicate videos. So I'm actually going to try and pull the tape away from the canvas. So can you see what's going on here? Can you see me? Yes. Can you see me? Can you see me? Yeah! Look at that. Well, that's all sticky. Oh, we're definitely going to have to do something with that. That tape is savage. It's probably the wrong tape you've used. So it's all, but that's, I mean, we can clean that, can't we? The glue is what I'm talking about. We can clean the glue off it, can't we? Alright. Oh, so you don't want it to come off? See what you're saying? So you don't want it to come off then? Right. Use petrol. No, you're not using petrol. Well, this is maybe going to be a bit tricky. Or more tricky than I thought. It's not taking the paint off. So, that's good news, isn't it? What's worrying me is that come on! So Erin Paterson was found guilty so of murdering her. I just think that whole story is so funny, and it's because of my experiences with women that are mentally deranged, right? So my first wife, mentally deranged, and you know, there's things that some of them do that go beyond, or they have done. Things like that, like claiming you've got cancer and everything, and Munchausen's by proxy, like, and the baby deaths as well. They will do that. So don't get me wrong, men can be evil, and so can women. And I think women, when they're evil, that's kind of more enhanced. I'm not saying all women are evil. I'm not saying that. But the evil ones, they sort of go that extra mile to be even more nasty than a man would be. So a man's more likely just to thump you in the face, you know. They're not going to be so calculating and just strange. So to go and murder your in-laws, your ex-husband decided not to go to the meal, and you know, he obviously, maybe he couldn't. I mean, I had problems with my parents. They rejected me and stuck with my ex for the sake of the children. Things like that happened. So I'm just sort of trying to understand why they went for that meal, and their son didn't go. The estranged husband. All very strange. Woman is completely bonkers. I wasn't expecting a guilty verdict. I was thinking it'd probably be manslaughter. Guilty of murder, so she's a killer. No, rather than just being, so look out, nasty women, you know. So a lot of them seem to think they can get away with everything. It's quite amazing. An amazing story. Tragic story and a horrible story. It'd be quite an unpleasant death. Die of poisoning. Right. So my experiences with evil women. Well, my mother, my sister, my first ex. They would do anything really. They're just, a lot of it's sort of like pointless, because they won. A lot of the winnings they won were just all strange. And I don't think they had an overall goal was the problem, a lot of them. Or what they really thought was going to happen, or in their minds. They didn't really have the intelligence to really work out strategy. other than just reacting in some kind of... I'm scared to do this, I'm not. Oh look, it's working out alright. I was worried that it takes the paint away. You know, so I'm going to try and pull it away from the canvas. So I've had my experiences. My daughter died. Some pretty horrible things happened in my life. A lot of it was caused by me. A lot of it was really selfish behaviour. A lot of it, yeah. So the problem is, so this bit here, you know, and this bit up here, I'm actually scared to do this. You can see I'm doing this tentatively. It's because what I was considering there was photographing these bits. I can remember what that's like, because I'm going to have to paint that in, you see. Or are you going to try the knife on it? Is that what you're going to do? Have you got a sharp knife? Have you? Then it can. See how deep that goes? It's quite deep, it goes right to there. And it gets to the mini, you see. So they really have to cut around there with a knife. I'm thinking about doing that. I've got one here, but this blade's fucking shite. Ugh, right, can I do that? We'll try it, or I'm scared that I fucking damage the tape. The canvas. It would be good if I could do that. It would save me any paint, man. Is that working? Do it very lightly. Very lightly indeed. I think that's a success. I think that's okay. Goes right down to there. I'm so scared to cut into that canvas. That would be a really bad scenario. It would. So that's it. Yeah, there we go. You watching? Can you see that? I mean, we'll see. We'll think about it. We'll think about this. Whether we're going to leave it like that. Think about it. Because the problem is that when it gets delivered, the tape might, the tape might just come off. Well, I think it probably will, won't it? I mean, it's not going to stay on there forever, is it? The tape. That's what bothers me. Oh, shit. Can you see what's happening here? Aye, a bit too high there. Right, I had this idea as well that in order to tidy this place out, once I get all this stuff ready for glams, I can get that shed empty, the one that I forgot to shut the door. I can get that emptied, and then put all this art stuff in it, and that way I could tidy this up, because I find it hard to tidy up when I'm surrounded by my own shit. Well, that's took the top layer of tape off, isn't it? Aye. I'm worried that when I used the knife on there, it didn't go right through and it just went to the top layer. Hence the reason So what I can do is put my thumb on it. And see, yeah, well, very lightly. God, you don't want to be cutting that fucking canvas. That's it, it's going right across. Right? That's because. But at least I can leave them bits on so I can kind of really be clear about what it is I'm trying to do. You know, in terms of, I could. The fucking dogs. Fucking nutty little fucking dogs. Not like Charlie, he's a fucking decent dog. Charlie's not like daft like that. And just, well, he goes nutty when the fucking courier comes round. Yeah, it's quite funny. Or the postie. But the postie's got a Paterson terrier. Or he's got, I think he knows quite a lot about them, so postie was alright with him. Dogs are great. When dogs are fucking brilliant. Your friend. They are your friend. As good a friend as most humans anyway. Well, better. Very lightly, just the tape, not the canvas. Oh, look what's happened there. It's bled out. It's bled out into the. Hang on. You can see how it's crept through the tape. You know, yeah. If it really bothers me, I can touch that up with white paint. Oh, right. I can. I try to do something useful in my life. I think, is this useful? I think it is. I think it probably is, isn't it? You know? So many people are useless. Alright, so you went around the wrong bit. It's this bit you're supposed to go round. Right. Oh, happened there. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, come on. Why is it not coming? Nah. Right, so I'm not entirely. So nearly there. We're nearly there. Takes as long as it takes, doesn't it? Yeah. We will have to take the thing out of the frame to get all the tape off the bottom. But I think this is enough to give you the idea of what's what. Alright, so it's all the way around. So great, I can go on holiday now to Campbelltown. Yeah, I am going to Glams. Somebody, a friend of mine on Facebook, is going to, was it Bigger? Somewhere? For August, so I'll have to look into that. God. How much does things cost? How much does everything cost? Things cost. Things cost. Money. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! It's fucking stuck to the bottom. Oh God. It's fucking stuck. Oh shit, I get pain. Oh, no, it's not pain. It's no, no. Is it around there you're going? There's some people just sort of like exist, don't they? You know, like they don't ever do anything. It's all for self gratification. You know, like they don't see beauty and they don't think, oh God, doing that wrong. That kind of pulled the wrong bit off there. I like to think this is worthwhile, but who knows? Who fucking knows? And you're really talking about existentiality and what's the point of life and everything. Start talking about that and people going, what are you talking about that shite for? Oh aye. Well, because it's fucking important, dipshit. So that goes away up there, I kind of forgot actually. Right, so we'll have a look over the faults and the flaws. Faults and flaws. Whoa! Fuck! Get the fuck! It's because the board's come down, as you would expect. Oh. As you would expect, it has come down. Right. Why is that? What happened there? let's take it outside. Well, before we take it outside, so what I've got to do now, I've got to write in the Westerton arms, got to put the time in, and the line round there. Pens is doing that. So, can you see what happened there? It's bled through the tape. So do we leave that and just put it down to patina? See, it never happened at the top, happened at the bottom, force of gravity. Laying the paint on too thick. Right, let's have a look out. Let's have a look at this out in the sun. Ugh. Right, how do we get, what's the best place to put it? In the grass? I can't even see it, I'm blinded by the sun. Blinded by it. Ah, that's better. So right. God, the colours are bright, aren't they? Colours are bright. So, it's still sticky at the edge. That's the glue. So, like the grass is sticking to it now. What am I going to do with that? Probably just warm water, eh? Give it a clean with warm water and maybe a little sponge, clean sponge or something. Right, so thanks for joining me in this one. So far, so I'm going to have another coffee. I'm going to probably come back out and tackle the what? How did that fucking happen there? The Westerton arms there, I think, and the clock. So I need to find the Sharpies for that. So let's go and get another coffee. Bye for now.
If I now close.
Right, so what we're doing now is we need to get a pencil. Oh, you know what? I keep picking up loads of bloody sharpeners all over the place, and then I throw them and I don't know where they are. Right, so oh my god, everything's going horribly wrong. So we need to find Sharpies. Pencil. Oh, the pencils are fucked. Here's one that isn't. Right, so what we're looking at is the Westerton arms. There. And there. Okay, so we'll be getting a Sharpie and we'll be going round that line. Right, so we need to get, and also we're going round here, right? Hey, have you got a fucking Sharpie then, Nick Dickhead? Where's all the Sharpies? Sharpie, Sharpie, Sharpie. Oh. Fucking hell. Aha! Here we have them. So now we're transferring to Sharpies. It's Sharpie time with Dave. wasted so much paint as well. Right, so you got most of the black Sharpies. I have removed them because what would dark green do it? So it was like sort of like that's what we're looking at. So what we need is a stretched edge. Have you got a ruler? A fucking ruler, eh? This is what happens when you've got an untidy working environment. You can't function in it because it's a disaster area. You don't even know where your ruler is. You expect the ruler to ping off and hit you in the head, when the reality is that's not good. Oh, here it is. I knew it was somewhere. That's a Scottish ruler. I'm not sure. Probably. Well, yeah. Not sure if that's actually. So we're just doing might not be doing this pen a lot good. So the other thing we wanted to do was go around here, but so we've got the edge of the. I don't know, no, not that bit. This bit here. Oh, should it? I don't know. I don't think so. I was trying to give a more 3D look, but so like a line. I don't think it needs it. So what? We're looking at Roman numerals. You know, so I can't remember what they are. What is Roman numerals? You know, so I think what we'll do with that is we'll do it in pencil. You know, like so it'll be, what's the 12? 12's, it's an X. I think 12's X1, like that, isn't it? And 5 is a V, isn't it? 1. Four, 5. So what's 6 then? It's V1. What's 9? I can't fucking remember. 11. I can make up my own shit, can't I? So that's 4 there, 3, 4. So that's what we need, and we need that there. That's all we need. Right, so do we do that in green? Or do we do that in black? Blue. Okay, do it in blue. Who cares what you're doing it in? That's it. Quite simple, it doesn't need to be technical, it's just 4:20. You know? Well, I mean, it's a lot more we need there. So we might go over it with black. You know, so I mean basically it was something like, I wanted to put a wee line, say like, to give a bit of depth. Like that. That's all it was. So we're going to be brave. Brave! 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 You can use any fucking colour you like, it doesn't matter. Well, this one's got in this blue, brown. It's a bit worn out. Right. I'm not sure if that's a success or not. If I don't like it, I could just paint back over it again, the white, so I can do the same with this as well. So the A, so we've got to leave, so the W is starting here, and it says sort of Western, like spaghetti Western type lettering. So the S ends here, arms. So what normally happens is you don't leave enough space. So it's quite a long word. Try to squeeze them in when you realise you're running out of space. So it's a T, S, E. So what happened there was but so that one's sort of further down. It's in pencil. So I've done that wrong. I've done that wrong. So what did I do? Did I paint over it again and then start again? Aye. Because I really want the W to be there. The arms is too far that way. Right. Paint. Paint, paint, paint. So we're not going to get it finished today. Well, we might. Maybe get it done later when I come back. So you try to work out, I suppose, the nature of people. So you listen to everything they say, and then you can take it all down and use it against them. And I'm thinking about the lady I watch on YouTube. Okay, and often the warnings are there. People tell you about themselves. It's for you, they tell you. They give you a warning. The universe tells you. The universe is there, ready to help you. The warning signs. See, that's the thing about YouTube. You can actually be with somebody without going anywhere near them. Don't know about that clock, you know, I don't know if, I think it's alright that. Maybe the brown should have went a bit further. No, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Well, the clock was supposed to bulge, wasn't it? So maybe it isn't okay. It was supposed to bulge. So I just have to leave this till later when I get back. Going away out 1:45. I had thought about putting a light behind this canvas. Wouldn't that be cool? If there was a light behind it. Up, like put lights on it. Do we bother getting rid of this or just leave it? The patina. Do we leave that as patina? Not sure exactly. The thing with this is, this tape will be okay, but probably not if it's left exposed. As in, obviously when you get pastel, you put it in behind glass. But this, is it going to be behind glass? Well, I don't know. It might just be put up on the wall like this. You know what, I'm not sure. Right, so what I need to do is do the Roman numerals. So we need a dark. Why is there no bloody black here? Oh, it's because you use all the blacks in your. You use the blacks in your. You know. It doesn't have to be totally perfect, does it? You know. It doesn't have to be. It could be you can swap me making an arse of this, you know. And say, and you can write in and go, oh, you're a fucking dumpling, you don't even know what Roman numerals are. You know. You don't know what Roman numerals are, you're a fucking moron. I'm tempted to fucking fill that in actually. I am tempted to do that. With what? Like dark green or something. Pen. Fucking am. I really am. Gonna do it. Or dark blue. These pens have had it. This pen's not great. Let's fuck that one. I don't think it is. I think it's the canvas that's making it difficult. I don't like that. No, we'll just put that. We'll revert that back to white. Fuck it. I don't like it. No. Oh! Oh shit. Oh, revert it back to white. Then we're going to stop for lunch. Sorry people. Don't like it. I made an arse of that. So I've got to do it without I think that'll work out alright. And even if you get a vague little... Wow, see how that's blue? The pen is affecting the paint. Wow. That doesn't matter. I mean, that's okay. Doesn't matter. A little bit of blue's okay. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Because it also, remember, it's sort of like it's out in the street, isn't it? So it's sort of dirty, isn't it, really? But I think that's okay, right? Have to wait for that to dry, and get the Sharpies. So we need to pull the S in right there, make it narrower. It's always difficult. It's always difficult doing lettering. Right, come on. That's enough.
That's bizarre to me.
Hey, and welcome to the channel. It is extremely hot in here. Very hot. There's all your pencils gone. Right, so seem to be managing it alright this time. Right, so should have went that way a bit. You made an arse of it already. Oh God. I think that'll be alright at that. I was just thinking of maybe not completely got it in the right place, but what we'll do is we'll bring it forward a touch. What we'll maybe do is go over this again when it's dry, because the white paint is still slightly, you know, yeah, I got that slightly wrong, but never mind. As long as it's in the... So it's still a bit... The white paint's still a bit tacky, so the pen's not completely, totally, you know, going on it. So it could be damaging the pen. I think the thing to do is, that's fine, go over it again tomorrow. What else we got to do? There's a fucking blotch there and there. Can't really do much sharpiness on here, it's just ruining the sharpies, because it's still, I don't know, maybe it'd be okay if it was dried off after a few days. What's that mark there? Why is there a mark there? Strange. Right there. A mark. Right, we're going to have to put a bit of paint over that. And what is that? Is that a bit of white paint? Ah, it's coming off. And this must be the same here. We'll have to put the stretcher things in this as well, won't we? The back, we can do that later. I had the idea I was going to put some greenery in there. I think we'll leave that idea. I'm not so sure about that. We're just one. this is hot. Fucking hell. Right, is that it then? For now. When am I going to sign it? Probably need a black pen to sign it. Is that too tacky for signing? It's fucking Mad Max. Oh. What the hell's that? What's that bit there? How did that happen? It's weird. That's... How the fuck did that happen? Is that an actual flaw in the canvas? It fucking is. Right at the back there. How did that happen? Was that in it before and I just never noticed it? Ugh. Maybe it's just been like that for a while, I'd never noticed it before. There's a little sort of indentation on the canvas. And it just so happens to be right at the white bit. We'll just say to put that down to patina. Right, we're going to sign it then. Well, I need to get a... I can't sign it. I need a black pen. A Sharpie pen. And it needs to be signed down there. Right. Found a black pen. Right, it's an official signing. I don't know if this pen works though, dear. Well, it does. There you go. Signed. I like the signature down there, it looks quite good. It has to be a black Sharpie pen. I don't think there's a lot more I can do with it. It's just a pity about that little crease there. And I just can't understand how I never noticed that before. And I'm wondering if it's something to do what I did. I don't think it is. It couldn't have been. I sort of nearly dropped it, but I wouldn't have done that. How can you? What can you do about that? Just fucking has to be right across the white bit. Right, that's it. Tea time. Move on. I mean, what else can I do with it? Yep. So there it is, folks. Thanks for watching. It's finished. Thanks for coming along on this journey. It's finished. definitely finished. Apart from some little minor touch-ups, it's finished. Which might happen. You can't see that little crease, it's annoying me, but never mind. Yeah, so there you go. I'm going to go and piece these videos together and chuck them on the internet. So thanks for coming along this journey. All I've really got to do is think of a name for this. So Mina suggested the Battle of the Sexes. So I think I said no, and I was probably a bit mean to her. But I think it is something like that. I know if I could think of another way of saying that. It'd be nice if we could have one word name for this painting. Something French maybe. Why French? It's a freaking mini. So I'm going to have my tea. Thanks for coming along. Just taking a couple of pictures. Thanks for coming along. Bye! So proud. So proud of it. I do really like it, yeah. I do. I do like it. Bye.
That's bizarre to me.